She never meant to touch her. And I never meant to fall for my boss, the most feared mafia queen in the city. But fate doesn't ask for permission, it simply drags you in. Before you dive any deeper, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you is a dangerous love woven between fear, loyalty, and a forbidden touch that changed everything. People whispered her name like a warning. Aria Valenti. Cold. Untouchable. Deadly. She ran the Valenti syndicate with a mind sharper than any weapon and eyes that could freeze your heartbeat. And somehow, I became her assistant. Me, Elena Russo, the girl who was supposed to type emails, schedule meetings, and stay out of her storm. But life had other plans. I started on a rainy Monday morning, walking into her towering glass office, clutching my new employee badge like it could shield me from bullets or attitude. It didn't. She looked up from her desk, her dark hair tied into a sleek bun, her expression unreadable. "You're late," she said, even though I wasn't. That was Aria, testing boundaries, establishing control. But something happened in the silence between us. A flicker. A spark. The kind you notice but pretend not to. Days turned into weeks, and I learned the strange rhythm of her world. She trusted no one, except maybe her inner circle, who still feared disappointing her more than dying. But with me, she softened in ways she didn't mean to. She'd ask how I slept. She'd brush past me with fingers that lingered half a second too long. And once, she fixed a strand of hair behind my ear in a moment so delicate it felt like lightning had kissed my skin. It was only a touch. But a forbidden one. Because a mafia boss couldn't fall for her assistant. And her assistant definitely couldn't fall for her. One night, everything changed. We were leaving a meeting at a hidden underground club when gunshots thundered from the alley. Her security pushed her behind me, but I grabbed her hand and pulled her toward a back exit I'd memorized from building maps. She looked at me in shock, like she'd never seen me as anything more than someone who brings her coffee, yet here I was, shielding her with my own body. We escaped into her armored car, breathless. Her eyes locked on mine, and for the first time ever, she whispered, "You saved me." Her voice shook. Aria Valenti did not shake. My heart slammed against my ribs, and before I could think, her hand reached for mine, slow, hesitant, trembling. That was the moment her walls cracked. And once a crack forms, it only grows. The next weeks were a maze of danger. The attack wasn't random. Someone inside her own syndicate wanted her dead. And because I had saved her, she kept me close, too close. I became her shadow. Her confidant. Her unintentional weakness. One late evening, while we worked in her private office, she suddenly stopped typing, her gaze drifting to me like she had been fighting herself for too long. "Elena," she whispered, "why do you stay?" I told her the truth. "Because you're not as cold as you pretend to be. And because I care about you." The air between us burned. She reached out, brushing her fingertips along my jaw, that forbidden touch again, but this time she didn't pull away. She leaned in, her lips inches from mine, and I felt her breath tremble. But just when she was about to cross the line completely, someone burst into the office announcing a betrayal within her ranks. She pulled back instantly, her mask slamming back into place. Duty before desire. Fear before love. Power before vulnerability. Everything spiraled fast after that. The traitor, one of her highest advisors, planned a full takeover. Aria prepared for war. But she underestimated one thing: how far I would go to protect her. On the night of the showdown, she told me to stay behind. I refused. "I'd walk into fire for you," I said. She froze, her facade breaking, her eyes filling with something raw and terrified. "And that's exactly why I can't let you come," she said. "Because losing you would destroy me more than any bullet ever could." I didn't listen. I followed her anyway. The fight was brutal. Hidden truths spilled like blood. The traitor blamed her softness, me, for weakening her. Arya almost lost, cornered and outnumbered. Until I stepped in. I grabbed a fallen gun, firing a warning shot that gave her the opening she needed. Together, we ended it. When the smoke cleared, she turned to me, trembling with adrenaline and fear. "You could have died," she whispered, gripping my shoulders. "So could you," I answered. And then it happened, the moment neither of us could stop. She pulled me into her, her lips crashing onto mine like every suppressed feeling finally breaking free. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't delicate. It was desperate, honest, forbidden, and inevitable. But love is never simple in a world built on power. The next morning, she told me she wanted me safe, far from her world. She offered to send me away with a new identity. Her sacrifice, her attempt at love. But I refused. "You don't get to push me out of your life to protect me," I told her. "Real love doesn't run. It fights." Her eyes softened, the weight in them melting. For the first time, she let herself believe she deserved something pure. Months passed. Together, we rebuilt the syndicate, not with fear, but with loyalty. People followed Arya not because they feared her, but because she had learned to lead with heart as well as strength. And I stood beside her, not her assistant anymore, but her equal, her partner, her anchor when the world threatened to pull her under. If you're still here, remember this: even the coldest hearts can thaw. Even the most forbidden love can turn into something powerful, something healing, something unstoppable. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps bring more stories like this to life. Because love, no matter how dangerous or forbidden, deserves to be told.